Hi everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel Bird's Eye Stitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here, then welcome. I hope you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do. And if you're returning, of course welcome. Obviously you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do. Happy Thanksgiving. Today is Thursday. I do have to look at the date. Thursday, November 24th. And if you are in the States, what that means is it is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day for me is pajamas, eat good food, hang out with friends, hang out with family, and just do things that you are thankful for. So one of the things that I am thankful for, of course, is you guys. Cross stitch, Flosstube. So I thought while I have some twice baked potatoes in the oven, I am going to spend 20 minutes filming a very quick Thanksgiving edition of Flosstube. It has been, I don't know, weeks, maybe 2 months. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done a traditional Flosstube video. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time, show you what I've been stitching. I will do a more traditional video with plans and haul and all of that jazz in about a week. But like I said, it's Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people are busy with friends and family, but I just thought of Flosstube and I thought of cross stitch and I thought I need to get in here and say hello. So I will show you all the stuff we've been working on and then go back to pulling some potatoes out of the oven. So potatoes. So twice baked potatoes is one of my favorite Thanksgiving dishes. I don't always do Thanksgiving in the most traditional way. For example, today we're actually doing steaks. We did steaks in the barbecue. Because I live in Arizona, I am super thankful for the fact that I can barbecue at this time of year. Yes, I'm in pajamas. Yes, we're doing barbecue. Beautiful day for me. But twice baked potatoes is something that my mom used to always make. That was kind of a staple in our house for special occasion. We didn't have a whole lot of money when I was a kid, and so potatoes were obviously a staple food. Super inexpensive, super delicious, great food. But twice baked potatoes meant there was cheese, there was milk, there was fancy stuff, sometimes bacon in the potato. So it was like special occasion, birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all about it. So I have some in the oven right now. It has been 3 minutes since I hit the film button, so I have about 15 minutes to show you guys stuff. Okay, onto the stuff. One thing I did want to show you that's outside of the regular stitching is an FFO. I'm going to show that to you now because by the time I do my next video, it's going to be up on the wall. The wall behind me, if you've seen a previous video, you know that that was built by someone super awesome, and it is the backdrop to the bird wall. I've been talking about the bird wall for literally 2 years. It has come to fruition. Bird wall. I have a bird. It is framed. It's going up on the wall. First one up is lovebirds. Now, lovebirds is first simply because I found a frame that matched, so here it is. I know there's some horrible glare. You can see all the craziness in the background. I'm in the middle of redoing this entire room, but this is what it looks like. This is Lovebirds. It is a pattern from a magazine that I completely redid the colors on. I actually call it Love Pigeons because of the blue. The blue in the frame really brings out the blue in the pigeons. Love pigeons, love birds. But it is framed and it is going on up. So you will see that behind me on the next video. I really thought long and hard, probably too long and hard, but I really thought about how I wanted to frame the pieces that went up on this wall as far as, do I want them to be the same frame? Do I want them to be similar colors? And I just decided, if you know me, I'm gonna find the frame that matches the piece and they're gonna go up there a little bit willy-nilly, and when I run out of room, hopefully that will happen one day. Then I will start swapping them out and all of that other stuff. But I got lots of real estate. It's gonna look kind of funny. It's the first one. It's gonna go up there all by its lonesome, but I'm excited. So look for this one in the next video. Love birds. Okay, actual stitching. So the actual stitching I've been doing, ooh, let me show you this basket. This basket is glorious. Ready? Looks like this. I have discovered since buying a house that baskets are glorious. There are baskets in every shape, every size, every color. This particular one I found at Home Goods, and it is just perfect to hold my cross stitch, like the entire project bag, right? It fits in there perfectly. It sits on the table next to my sofa in the living room, so at night I can just sit there, watch a show with my daughter. We've been big into like Neighborhood Wars and all of those other goofy war shows on A&E. I can stitch on these, plop them in the basket, and then bring the whole basket over here and show it to you guys. So I feel like this is my favorite purchase in the last like 3 months. Okay. I'm easily excited. Anyway, okay, I have a finish. So I finished Falling Leaves. It's the Mindful Needle Designs, and it was, I started this one with Carolyn from Seasook Stitch. We both started the same piece. We picked it up at her LNS. Awesome experience. But anyway, started this a couple of months ago, and that's what the pattern looks like. Mine looks a little bit different. Mine looks like this. The basket kind of looks a little bit more like a vase. As you could probably see, there is a mistake in that basket because I went a little long. I missed a count somewhere, like I'm missing a row. I don't really know, but that's okay. I still really love the way that it turned out, and I will figure out how to FFO this piece to make it look super cute. This was a really fun piece to stitch. I love the Cottage Garden threads that it was stitched with. The Cottage Garden, they did a, what is it called? Let's see here. An Autumn Garden palette. So the whole idea with this palette is that you could use this palette to stitch a number of designs that were designed just for these colors. The colors are beautiful. The idea was genius. Cottage Garden has become probably my favorite floss just because it's so simple to use. I like the way they set it up, and I like the way that it stitches. So I loved everything about this piece. Plus, it's something that I started with my friend Carolyn, which she finished way before me, but that's okay. I do have a semi-funny story with this one. I thought it was funny. So I finished this piece. I shared it in my cross stitch group with my with Carolyn on little Facebook Messenger. And I'm like, look, I finished the piece. Well, when I did that, this basket was missing. So it was like a weird pile of leaves. And I did think it looked a little funny, but I thought, maybe that's just the way it goes, right? It's a tree with a pile of leaves. It turns out when we made a copy of the pattern, it for some reason didn't transfer over the piece from this basket. So anything that was stitched in this color, it didn't transfer over into the pattern. So of course, Carolyn's like, hey, you forgot the basket. I know you forgot the basket because I forgot the basket too. So I broke out the regular one. I stitched the basket incorrectly, but it is now done. So we'll figure out how the heck I'm gonna fully finish that one, but it was pretty. I enjoyed stitching it, and I look forward to purchasing another pattern that I can use that same palette with, because I just think that idea was so genius. I wish I had thought of it. Great idea. All right, other things I've been working on. Let's pull from the fancy basket. Let's see. This is one of my favorite Garan bags. I love the birds. It is very, very fall. Yes. So this is the piece that I started for the magazine monthly challenge. We did a pop-up challenge. Oh my gourd. Oh my gourd. We did a pop-up challenge. It actually just wrapped up a couple days ago. In fact, I'm getting ready to send off the gift card for the winner from that challenge as soon as I finish this video. So it was great. The whole idea is that you stitch on something with a gourd. Now a pumpkin counts as a gourd, so most people did stitch a pumpkin piece, but there was a few others that had other types of gourds out there. So, oh my gourd. For that one, I stitched on Pumpkin Harvest, and it is from Just Cross Stitch October 2020 edition. Looks like this. And the piece that I did will look something like this. As you can see, there are some gourds right here and all through here. There's also specialty stitches, so I was really excited about that. Again, this is Pumpkin Harvest, and I am stitching mine. I did it completely from stash, so totally different floss colors and everything else. Mine looks like this. Because of the lighting in here, you can see right through the fabric. So we're gonna put this behind it. There we go. I am just through the outline. And I actually pulled a piece of Aida from one of my Mill Hill pieces. It's like a chocolate brown color. To be honest, the Mill Hill Aida that comes with the kits is not great. It works fine for this particular project because it is very basic, but I would never try to stitch something with a whole lot of color changes or something in it because it is a little, like the way that the holes are set up, they're not always clear. Again, it works for this, but definitely not my favorite. I love Aida, I just don't love this particular Aida. So anyway, I'm going to stitching on a piece of Mill Hill 14 count chocolate Aida. So far, the only color that I have stitched with is actually a DMC. It's a DMC Moulin in 4510. This does not really look like fall. I know it's kind of neon, but when I looked at the piece, you can see here, there's kind of a lot of really bright colors going on in that. And with the brown, I just really like the pop of colors that it gave. So the rest of the colors I'm using, which I will show you in a future video, they're a lot more muted and a lot more fall, but this has been just a really nice bright pop of color, and I've enjoyed stitching it quite a bit. Looks like that. So I'm gonna keep this one in my rotation. My goal for this one is to get the rest of the outline done, probably by tomorrow, because I do have some stitching to do tonight, and then get at least one or two of the actual pumpkins done. So I will show that one to you in the very near future. All right, let's see. The next thing I stitched on, it's funny, I feel so rushed because I'm like looking at the time and I'm like, where are the potatoes? Thanksgiving, that's what it is, right? Okay, the next one that I worked on is the Temperature Tree by Stitching Mommy. So I just did an order. I had to actually get more floss for this one. Let's see, where did my floss go? Oh, I don't have it in here. But I ran out of the floss that I was using for the actual tree itself. So this is Temperature Tree. Looks like this. And I am stitching this one on a piece of 32 count Jobelin by Stitch Me. It's called Awakening. It is beautiful fabric. As you can see, I have a number of leaves already done. These are all the leaves that are going to be stitched on this tree. I don't know if I brought this up in a previous video, but how I'm going to finish this tree, it was actually a great idea by a friend. Because when I started this tree, that whole year was just such a whirlwind for me. I thought that it would be very fitting and kind of sentimental to just say, these are all the leaves that made it on that tree that year, and then stitch the entire rest of the tree, because the tree itself is beautiful, and just have that be my framed finished piece, just to show that a lot happened that year, you know? I like the idea of it. And it will be much easier to finish if all I have to do is stitch a whole bunch of branches. So I ran out of the floss that I was using to stitch the branches and I ordered it. It actually just arrived yesterday. So I will show that to you in an upcoming video because this is going to stay in my rotation so I can continue working on these branches. Okay, next one that I worked on. Oh, first of all, I love this bag. It's so pretty. This is the Adventure Sampler. It is by Sambry Stitches. Sambry Stitches is Becca Murphy. That's who did the interview with me for the interview with the Flosstuber. And I do need to get the link to that video so I can post it below. If you haven't gone to watch it, please go see it. I love doing the interview with her, and it was just so kind of her to think of me and to say, let's do an interview. So loved it. And she's fantastic. And her designs I love because they're right up my alley. This particular one has Bigfoot and trees and bright colors and yes. So, all right, this is the Adventure Sampler. If I can get it out of this bag. Go. Looks like this. It's funny because this is a kit, right? So the fabric and everything I'm stitching on, it all came in the kit. My fabric looks nothing like this. Nothing. It is way darker. It is beautiful, but it is way darker. Okay. Here is where we are. So last time you guys saw this, I just had the Bigfoot done and I got all of these trees done, beginning this guy right here, this tree right here. Is this a tree? I don't remember, but that is where I'm at. This one will probably not stay in my rotation for this next week, but it'll come back out for the month of December because it is part of my acrostic for the Magazine Monthly Challenge. That is where we are. As you can see, the fabric is a much different look than the one that was on the picture. But when I purchased this piece, the finished piece that I actually saw in person was done on a fabric that was dark like this. Absolutely gorgeous. That's actually what sold me on the piece, was the fabric, because, well, take it back. The fabric and the Bigfoot, the combination of the two, I was sold. All right, next one up. This is the piece that I'm working on for the Cross Stitch 25/7 Facebook group with Melanie, or I think it's run by Melanie Watkins. So I will admit I have not worked on this one for about the last 2 weeks. So the stitches I have on this are a little bit old. I'm definitely going to bring this one back to the front of my stitching and get back into that 25 minutes every night. 25 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but you really get a lot done, and it really kind of like motivated me to get stitching in every night. So I want to continue that. But this is Funky Bird, and let's see, we'll put it on top of this one. We are here. I am officially making this a sampler because it actually has alphabet in it. Therefore, it is a sampler in my eyes. So I got all of the rest of the bottom half of this bird filled in, got a few of little alphabet letters in there. I still need to fill in the feet, and then I'm going to continue into the head. So I'll show you what that one is going to look like eventually. So eventually it will look like this. Again, sorry for the glare. This was a very much an impromptu video, but look like that. And this is Funky Bird. It's by Barbara Anna Designs. I'm not sure what really drew me to this because it's just such a funky bird, and I get that that's what it's called, but it is just the colors and the pattern. They're just funky. There's no other way to phrase it. I hope to get this one finished. It will be one that will eventually go up on the bird wall. So that's going to stay in my rotation. When I'm working on the 25/7 pieces, I don't switch them out every month. I'm just going to keep it out basically till it's done. So when Funky Bird is done, it's going to become my focus piece, and I'm going to keep those in my rotation until I finish them up, I hope. So, okay. We are almost 20 minutes in. That is all that I had pulled to show you guys for today because, like I said, it was a quick Thanksgiving, film in your pajamas, say hello, say happy Thanksgiving. And that was really it. But I'll be back in about a week. I have a lot of plans. You may have seen a little bit behind me as I was showing stuff from the reflection, but around me is about, it used to be an entire sea of stuff. Now it's like half a sea of stuff because I have pulled out all of the stuff from my tubs from the moves, and I've reorganized about 60% of it, rebuilding the closet, reorganizing the charts. I'm destashing a lot of charts, so I'm getting a P.O. box, got that set up, so there will be some giveaways coming up very soon, and really just trying to map out how do I want next year to look. If you know me at all, you know that I absolutely love New Year's, and I just have lots of great things planned. So if you are here, you are watching the Thanksgiving check-in, stay tuned for my next video. Hopefully you have a great day, and I'm gonna go check on some potatoes. So bye all, happy stitching. Please leave a comment below if you stopped in so I can say hello, and I will see you next time. Bye.